Hello, Priya. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah.
How much experience you have?
Yeah, so I overall have 2+ of years experience in ServiceNow developer and also in IT.
Okay, great. So, can you please provide your brief introduction?
Yeah, sure. So, myself, Priya, I completed my graduation in Electronics and Communication Engineering in 2021, and later I have started my IT career, and it's been like overall 2.5 years of experience I have as a ServiceNow developer. I'm working, and uh, relevant experience is also 2.5 years, and then I have started working in one of the MNCs, and I have good knowledge on majorly all ITSM related modules, and have experienced in creating, configuring workflows, service catalogs, business rules, client scripts, and all ITSM, majorly ITSM related. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, as you said, you have experience in ITSM. So, can you tell me what is ITSM?
Yeah, ITSM is like IT service management. It's
Okay,
majorly end-to-end delivery of IT services to the customers or clients.
okay,
So from the starting to end process, like designing and then creating and then supporting it and delivering it, it deals with all those.
okay. So, can you give any
Like
example?
example, suppose if you say if any company is having their specific products that they were selling into the market, then with this ITSM help we can create some pages like service catalogs where they can submit their orders. Same we have like Amazon where we can give the orders, and then in the background that people can work on that and provide that delivery to the client or to the customer.
Okay, so this delivery is known as delivery of IT services. Okay. So, do you know about change management?
Yeah, I'm not more majorly worked on it, but I know little bit about it.
Okay, can you tell me what is change management and what are the types you have heard of? Type of changes?
Okay. Okay. So whenever any problem is created and that resolution comes, when we have a problem, there will be some root cause analysis that we do for the problem, and then we come across any updates or anything that need to be changed. Then we will raise that change request that what need to be changed for that particular uh, problem.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
yeah, any
Hmm.
example? Do you know the types of changes?
Uh, Types of changes. I'm not able to recall at the moment.
Okay, no problem. Have you created any change till now?
Oh no.
Okay, okay, fair enough, no problem. So I see you have worked on SLAs, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what are retroactive SLAs? What is the
Uh,
meaning of retroactive SLA?
Retroact. So,
Okay, yeah,
what I understood, I will explain. Suppose once we create that SLA, we have some specific time, like when that task SLA should be completed.
okay,
So, this retroactive, maybe it's like a timing where we will calculate that how much time is left, like date in the past and how much time it's still now. I'm not sure. I'm just assuming that.
okay. So, this is not retroactive SLA. It means retroactive means doing calculations from the past date as well. Okay. So suppose
Okay.
you have created SLA today, but the process is on from last 5 months. So,
Hmm.
or let's say incident is on from the last 5 months. So it will do the calculations from past date, not today. Okay. So this is known as
Okay.
retroactive SLA. Okay.
Okay.
So have you written any server side code?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So how many ways you write means what all are the utilities in ServiceNow where you can write server side codes?
Yeah. So we will write the server side scope in business rules, UI actions, and in scripting tool we will write this.
Okay. Any other?
Uh, um, I remember only these for now.
Okay, no problem. So this UI action, is it
Hmm.
server side or client side?
We can use that both in UI action, both in server side and client side. But if we want to use that in client side, there will be we have client. We will have this client checkbox. We have to tick that to make that client callable.
Okay, great. Okay, let's move to the next question.
Hmm.
Have you used a G scratchpad variable?
Yeah, we use that in display business tool uh, to call to client side server side data to client side.
Okay, so to retrieve data.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are display business rules?
Uh, display business tool are like when we want to it will execute like when before the form is presented to the user and data is saved into the database. So if you want to give or if you want to display any information to the client even before user submit any information, we will use this display business tool.
Okay, and any scenario you have in mind where we can use this type of thing?
uh, just a minute, I'll think for a minute.
Sure, take your time.
Okay, so suppose when any user or uh, if any user belongs to one, suppose he belongs to some Australia company, and in the form he only the form need to only display based upon his country specific data, then we will use display business tool.
Okay, okay, let's move to the next question.
Hmm.
So, have you used Flow Designer?
Yeah, I didn't work, but yeah, I know I got good knowledge on food designer.
Okay. So, can you tell me the difference between the workflow which we have traditionally, right, from very long, and this Flow
Um,
Designer? What
okay.
difference you feel?
Actually, the latest, I mean, the advanced version of workflow is the Flow Designer. Suppose in Flow Designer, we have this platform option where we have parallelly create multiple subflows,
Okay,
and instead of writing any scripts, we can easily use this Flow Designer.
okay,
Um, and we suppose we will have this data pills, all those which makes the process simpler and easy to understand and take less time to code in Flow Designer than workflow. And there
okay,
is some reusable action. Suppose in one Flow Designer, if you used any action, the same thing we can use in another Flow Designer also.
okay. Great. Good example. Okay, so you worked on agile development. So, right?
Mm. Yeah.
So, what is this agile thing? Why we are using it, and what is the basic of agile?
Okay, so agile development is like a flexible approach. Suppose we got some requirement, we need to complete in so on so date or before the deadline. Then we make a proper planning, like it's like a management, like how many in the way how we have to deliver that.
Okay, so basically it is a kind of software development cycle.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So I see you have hands-on experience in driving upgrades, right?
Yeah.
So in upgrade, what was your role? First
You
of all,
mean
tell me which release of upgrade you were involved.
I don't play majorly, but while people are upgrading, uh, I will also be I'm invited to that calls, and I will also just have I still have to know that. I'm not sure exactly.
Okay, so what you did basically, just wanted to check in all the upgrade process.
Okay.
You did testing or what?
No. Once we upgrade from, suppose if we upgrade to another release, then we will make in the backend we will see that if we have same number of updates that were there previously before and the updates we have done, we'll just compare before and after, and yeah.
Okay,
And if it's anything missing, we will load that update sets to the new release.
okay. So I see you have also experience on fixed scripts, right?
Yeah.
You know what is a fixed script? Can you tell me what is the use of fixed script and where we are using it?
Okay. So if we have a large data that we need to update, then we will use this fix script.
Okay. So
Uh, hmm,
when we trigger this fixed script, okay, no problem. Let's
yeah.
move to the next one. Do you know what are import sets?
Huh, I know.
Yeah, please tell me.
Yeah, import set are like suppose in ServiceNow to navigate from one instance, we will use update set and data sources. So import set is like a we will import the data firstly to the import set, and then we from import set we will transfer the data to transform it to the target table.
Okay. So this is used for moving of data from outside systems.
Yeah, it is like a staging table.
Okay, okay, fair enough. So I have one, yeah, some one question where you have to build some logic. Okay, just listen carefully.
Okay.
So I have a spreadsheet which is present on a server location. Okay, so there is a
Okay.
server and someone is adding a spreadsheet with the same name on every week there. What
Okay.
I want to move that spreadsheet, or you can say data from that spreadsheet of that Excel into one of my custom table every day. Not every day, every week. Okay, so
Okay.
there is a server, we have a file on that, and that file I want to be loaded in ServiceNow tables or one of the table every week. So
Okay.
how should I approach it?
We can create a schedule job it by mentioning like time as 1 week and what need to be done.
Okay, that schedule job is okay, but what we will do in that schedule job?
I'm not able to recall it. I didn't work much on schedule job. I just learnt on my own.
Okay, no issues. Have you worked on ATF?
Yeah. Manual testing. Yeah, we are currently did for one of the project, and ATFs. Yeah, I have created a few ATFs for catalogs and testing the workflows.
Okay, so can you tell me how to configure an ATF? What are the steps?
Okay, so we will have this separate module in our PDI only to create ATF, and there we will have this or few already existed templates. If we want, we can use get once we template we can use them. Suppose if you are creating any incident, then there are already pre-built templates for the incident. We can make use of them, or you can create then some custom steps, custom test steps for each test suite, and
Okay,
then according to the condition you can build those.
okay. Can we schedule ATFs?
Yes, uh yes, I think, yeah, we can schedule an ETF.
Okay, okay. Fair. So, have you created any ACL?
Yeah.
So, tell me what you did in that ACL creation. What was your task?
Okay, so ACL, suppose if you want to make any ACL is generally not to restrict any user, like which data he has to modify and which data he has to so by using this ACL we have suppose we can give conditions. Suppose if you in incident table we have one record where there will be one field. If you want that field to be visible only to that particular role person, then we can create ACL like by giving condition like this can be accessible. We have these two types in ACL, like low level and field level ACL. In field
Okay.
level ACL we can use this field level ACL and create give conditions like this specific field should be uh, used by this person only, and we can do that accordingly.
Okay. So which level of ACL execute first? Field level or row level, or you can say table level.
Table level ACL.
Okay, and then it will go to field level.
Field level.
Okay, okay, great. So have you worked on any integrations till now?
Integrations I didn't work, but I learned integrations. I know them.
Sorry, sorry.
But I have good knowledge on them.
Okay, give me one example, whatever you feel good.
Okay, suppose if you are integrating with ServiceNow with Postman, then we need first the endpoint, like the URL of that Postman, and uh, we'll get that endpoint URL of that Postman, and in ServiceNow we will open this REST API Explorer, and we will provide that Postman end URL into this ServiceNow, and if we need any authorization, we will give those credentials, and then we will integrate accordingly.
Okay, so what basically we are doing, you do in these integrations. You told me the steps, but what is happening? Why
It is
we
basically
integrate with something
Mhm.
else?
to exchange information. Suppose if we want any information from third party, we'll use this integration to build like a connection between two applications.
Okay, great. Okay, so what is the background script?
Background script in service now used to suppose if we want to do any client side scripting or server side scripting, instead of just opening the module, we can use this background script in service now, where we can it's like a we can use that for a testing purpose also.
Okay. So it's you said the client side and server side. So is it applicable for both or
Oh no, no, only for server side.
yeah, server side. Okay. So have you created one? Have you tested anything there?
Yeah, suppose while writing any code and we want that to be tested before or before submitting that exactly in then we will write the code in the background script and verify them, and then we will use that. Or if we facing while debugging also, we can use this background script.
Okay. So suppose you have a code of around 500 lines. Okay.
Yeah.
There is a scheduled job which was written and it has around 500 lines. So I want to debug that code, that 500 lines. How you debug means what are the ways you debug that particular script?
We can keep this break. Sorry, we can keep this break and we will validate accordingly. That may be little easy than going through the code entirely.
Okay. Okay. Great. So you have used it, break and all, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And what about reporting?
Reporting, I didn't worked on much, but I know little much about it. Yeah.
Okay, so what are database views?
You mean that uh, for any form the views that one?
Database views, database view. We create in
No,
ServiceNow database view, right? So you have
I'm
not
not.
worked on database view. That's
Yeah.
okay, no problem. Uh, okay. So, okay, tell me one more thing. The difference between record producer and a catalog item.
Okay. So in catalog item, we use this cart, and then once we submit this catalog item, we will the request will be created, and for that request, RATM will be created. But for record producers, it will directly create a task in the table level. Yeah, in the table.
Okay.
It will not use any cart, something like that.
Okay. Okay. Great.
And
Okay.
in
Yep.
catalogs, we can attach the workflows, but in record producer we cannot attach, but we can trigger that in script. We can trigger the workflows in script.
Great, great. Good answer. Okay, so one last thing.
Yeah.
What is a scoped application? And what is this global and all this scoped? Can you tell me difference between this global application and a scoped application?
Yeah, scoped application is like a unique application that was created only for that, to deal only with the specific application. Suppose people who are not a part of any project, or who are not part of that application, couldn't able to make changes or can view this application. It is only for security purpose we should use the scoped application, whereas global is for everyone. They can able to see this, view this, and can able to edit this. So majorly we will use the scoped application.
Okay, okay, great. So I hope I'm done with the discussion.
Can you provide me a feedback, like with where I can improve and where I have to improve, so that can be helpful for me for my future learning also?
Sure, sure. See, the points which I have noted till now is that, whatever you mentioned in your resume, like whatever you have written, so you must have some idea about that, first of all, right? And
Yeah.
prepare best examples,
Okay.
okay? So for each and everything, let's say integration, sorry, when someone asks for integration, you must have though you have not worked on it, that's okay, but you must have a fair idea what are the components of integration, why we are doing integration, okay? So if you have
Okay.
written in your resume, then you have to be at least one or two examples, so you can prepare these things well in advance. And
Okay.
whatever you mentioned, just focus on that, okay? Rest all things are
Okay.
fine, you are confident, and you are talking patiently. I'm okay with that, but just one feedback related to this which I just shared.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Okay, so with this, let's wind up this, and all the best for your interviews.
Yeah. Thank you so much for taking time to interview me.
No problem, my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.